and increasing their website revenue. And here with me, I have Pamela.
Hi, everyone. It's Pam Gomez in Nassau, Bahamas. Happy to be here tonight, and happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I'm actually on my, how should I put this, my hobby. My real job is aromatherapy, but I also studied information technology in college, and it sort of got lost on the side, but Amel and Robert brought it out again. So Friday nights, they're my Friday night date, and I'm here to help answering questions and solutions in my daily life as an entrepreneur. So maybe some of my questions you can help me with. So feel free at any time to jump in the seat and be a part of the show.
All right. So did you have any challenges this week, Pam, with your own website, so that maybe you can ask a few questions, and it's going to help our listeners to, start some, questions from of themselves. So go ahead.
Right. I did not tell them that part, that I'm actually developing my own website, and I do have challenges as I go along. This week, I started working on sort of revamping it's my landing page, but not one of the fancy ones, because my site, I started developing it a couple of years ago, but I've just been updating it. So I've been making it aesthetically correct, putting photos on and just explanations on my first page. And also this week, now I'm going to do my official, I guess, funnel.
Yeah.
That's what you call it, a funnel towards
yes,
exactly. A sales funnel. So I'm creating that sales funnel right now with 2 pages. One will be the page that they land on with the initial
yes, exactly.
offer. And the second one would be the actual item that I want to sell. So those are 2 things that I'm working on. I basically know how to do it. I'm just adding pages to the existing website. But my other concern came about this week, where I wanted to create a second stream of income. I've got my Google AdSense, I've got my Google AdWords account, and I've also gotten a couple of affiliate items that I'd like to promote. My challenge then has been, because I'm not familiar with Google AdWords, how does it work? There's 2 ways you can use it, I know, but how does
so
it
you're
really
asking
work?
about Google AdWords?
Does anybody?
All right. All right. So Google AdWords, it's as you normally know and hopefully know, it's the advertising platform of Google. And it's really a powerful platform if you know how to use it. Oops, we lost Pam. So hopefully she's gonna come back as soon as she can. And Google has two programs. Okay, so they have the Google AdWords program for advertisers. When they want to get traffic, they can go to Google and they can bid on keywords, and Google will serve these ads on the search result pages. That's the first program they have. Now the other program they have, it's called Google AdSense, and Pamela was talking about it. And Google AdSense, it's really if you have a website and you want to actually serve these Google AdWords ads on your website, you sign up to the Google AdSense program, and if you are approved, you'll be able to go to Google AdSense platform and then create an ad, and they give you like a script and code that you can put on your website. So now the Google AdWords has two ways to advertise on Google AdWords. You can go and focus only on search, or you can focus on display ads. All right, and the difference between the search and the display. The display, you are actually you have your ads showing up on other people's websites who are part of the Google AdSense program. Now the search AdWords search, it's you are actually bidding on keywords so you're going to show up on Google search result pages for whatever keywords you are actually bidding on Google. So I don't know, what are your plan, Pam? Are you going to go with the search ads, or are you going to go with the display ad? But usually it's better to separate when you're creating your AdWords campaign and strategy. It's better to have one campaign for search, one campaign for display, so you separate them. And this way you'll be able to really track what's going on, to understand which one of them brings more traffic and the cost and stuff like that. And to use Google AdWords display, you need banners. You need some design. You need banners, buttons, the 250 by 250 and all. Yes, go ahead.
Question. I got that right. Just a little announcement.
Oh, nice.
Robert will be here soon. He just stopped tweeting. The other thing is, supposing I wanted to promote not my, well, yes, I would want to promote my business, but also affiliate business.
It's not okay. No, you can't with Google AdWords. It's really here's what happens there. When you create your ad in the Google AdWords platform, someone will actually review your ad. So they will review your ad and they will review the landing page, which means the page where you're sending the traffic to first, so that they need to do it manually. So they go and they review, and if your ad matches what you're offering on your landing page, then they will approve your ad. So if your ad is not against their term of services, you're going to be published on AdWords. And if there's a problem, they're not gonna approve your ad, and you just have to be careful, because you can have your account shut down if you promote someone else, an affiliate program, and they cut you, and it's really against their term of services. So you need to, if you want to do it correctly, you'll have to create your own landing page. And then you send people to this landing page, and when they sign up, just after they sign up, you can send them to the affiliate program that you want to promote. So the first landing page, when you're doing your ad, you have to send them to your own pages, to something that you own yourself. You can't really send them directly to the affiliate, like using the affiliate link.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. It's just that someone who does not know anything, getting a AdWords account,
that's true. They don't know. They can get they can have their account shut down, or they can block their account, and you're not going to be able to advertise anymore. The good thing is they have their chat. So if you didn't know, it was an error, but it's really difficult to recover from it. You can try to talk to their support team with AdWords, and they have like a live chat. You really need to look for it. It's not like obvious. You need to look for it and find it, and then chat with someone from Google AdWords. Just explain the situation. They may.
It's not happened yet.
But it's important. It's important because if your account is blocked, it's really difficult to regain Google AdWords trust and get your account back on and keep doing advertising with Google. It's important to make sure that you're following all their term of services and avoid promoting affiliate directly from your Google AdWords ads. It's really it's a no for them. So I know for someone who doesn't know and who's starting a campaign on AdWords, it could happen to them, like small business, like an entrepreneur who doesn't know. That's why there is the term of services. That's why you need to read the fine prints and understand the platform before you start using it. So that's the first thing you do.
Right.
Did I answer your question, or do you have other follow-up question about AdWords?
No, you
All right.
did.
So as I said, you have two two ways to advertise with AdWords. It's the search or the display. So for the display, you need creatives. You need, as I said, banners and square buttons, whatever they call them.
That's Robert.
Or
hey,
media.
Welcome.
Go on, Emil.
Yeah, you just use text.
Oh, no, we were expecting you.
Here's Robert. Hi, Robert.
Hi, can you hear me?
I'm trying to open. All right.
Yep, very well. Very well. Very well.
Okay. So what are you gonna do? Are you going to go with this display or with the search? With search, Pam.
Probably search.
It's always good to start with search, and see how it goes, and then go to use the other one. The only thing with search, you need to be good at using the keyword research. And when you go to Google, no, I don't have it right. If you go to Google AdWords and then you click on Tools at the top menu, on the top menu there's Tools and there is a Keyword Planner. Yeah, Google Keyword Planner.
Actually, I've done that with Robert already. We came up with a great selection of words that I should use when searching for aromatherapy products and what have you. Keywords that what, Google Analytics, is that what that was? Yeah, we got a list already. So basically for my industry, I've got a good list of words to use when I'm doing banners or advertising and the like. I mean, thank you, Robert. That was a couple of weeks ago, but it's very, very useful. Yeah. Very, very useful. How was your Thanksgiving?
Good, I guess. I mean, I'm alone, so and I didn't have my son, so it was kind of boring, to be honest.
Did the family pop in like you expected? Also, all that work was in vain? Oh, gosh. Robert did this massive cleanup, getting the house ready, and the kid didn't show up.
It happens.
Yeah. But we were talking about Google AdWorks, and I just got an account. Well, I've had it for a while. I just decided to put it to use. And I was just asking a couple questions about it and how to go about using it, because even though I have it, I've not used it.
Well, I would highly recommend getting someone to help you that knows what they're doing, because if you don't, you can spend a ton of money and just blow it away pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Of course. Why do you think you're Hey, I have the best.
Lost your audio.
We lost your sound. Yeah, we can't hear you anymore, Pam. Yeah, you're back.
No? Okay. I wonder what happened.
No idea. Yeah, so you were saying that, so you have to be careful with AdWords, because if you don't set, a maximum daily budget, you can actually lose a lot of money. That's what's the problem with the businesses. They think that they can just set up a Google AdWords campaign and then they forget about it. They don't understand that you need to actually manage the campaign almost daily. Look at which keyword is actually converting, which keyword are not, and then you stop some keywords and then you move the budget from one keyword to another, and so on. So if you're just focusing on search, now if you have display plus search, you need to go to Google, you go to Google AdWords search and just check which website are converting well, which website are sending you enough traffic, which are not, which banner is converting well, which is not, and then you really move the budget around. You have to stop the money from bleeding from your account, or you can find an ad that's working really well, and then some ad that's really just making you lose your money. So you just have to stop that one and move the money to the one that it's working really well. So it requires some management, but it's fun. It's fun because the AdWords is the fastest way to get traffic to your offer, to your website. So it's really, really good. Sorry?
You just got to be laser focused so you don't spend a lot of money.
Exactly.
Okay, Robert.
Yeah, so you need
I
to
got
do.
you. Welcome, John. If you have a question, oh, John, oh, he hopped off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Okay.
Friday, a lot of people, I'm sure they are with their family because of, Thanksgiving and stuff. So, yeah, Robert.
I wanted to let you guys know. Y'all were asking me when the date was for this. The founder of Blab is going to be on the show.
Yes.
That's going to be January 5th.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then I've got
Great.
I got the co-founder Raven Tools next Tuesday.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I got SEM Rush, the co-founder of that.
Michael,
The following week. And then I've got Rand Fishkin on the 19th of January. So lining them up.
Oh, that's good.
Well, just like an air traffic controller there.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say this, that the events that I've held over the past 3 weeks, the 2 health fairs and the community fair, it really worked out well. I got at least between 5 to 8
nice
callbacks and sales because of that. And also the I guess the blabs and the periscopes that I've been doing. The word is now out, what I do, and people are calling. So thank you guys for getting me out there.
Pleasure. And I think you're actually periscoping at the same time right now. Are you? Are you on Periscope right now?
I'm on Periscope.
Okay.
But there's nobody. There's, well, maybe some desktop viewers, but there's no traffic. It's Friday night. Everybody's partying out on dates. No, you are on Periscope actually. I'm scoping as we talk. So I'm gonna come off here in just a second because there isn't much traffic tonight. It must be a hot date night. I keep hearing about new Panda updates. Yeah. This is a question. Since we're going to start looking to optimize our site, should we be on the lookout for it?
Robert?
What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be any Panda update until the first of the year.
Actually,
the first of the year.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm searching for something at the same time, so go ahead.
Google usually doesn't release anything in December, so I mean it's usually first quarter of the year. November is like the cutoff on their updates, from what I understand. But I mean, Panda and Penguin are both automated now, so I mean this is just something to help better that. It's not going to be anything new, I don't think. Just maybe a refresh project. Yeah,
so that's what I was going to add actually, because they're going to make it like an automated thing. Like it's not like something like a big change like they used to do it for Panda and Penguin for the last few years, since 2011. Now I think from now on it's David, it's something that's going to happen automatically, kind of, and it's kind of fresh. And this is actually good news for everybody, because it means that if you're doing some SEO, you're optimizing your website, you don't have to wait months and months for the search engines to pick up this new optimization thing that you just did and help you in your ranking, but it will actually happen faster. So that's really good thing. And it seems like they're gonna just add it like in their freshness update kind of, so that, which is a good news for us, for all of us.
The thing I'm really excited about is, how your people are doing these tactics to get ranking, and they only last a couple of months or maybe longer. Now that this is automated, you're not going to see that anymore. Any site that is ranking high because they were, spamming links or whatever, it's not going to happen anymore because that update is instant. I mean, you're not going to see that fluctuation of spam sites anymore. So I think that's a big change.
Yeah, that's really good. And you know, David, it's actually, as I said, it's a good news. As long as you follow Google's guidelines and even Bing guidelines, you shouldn't forget about Bing. I mean, I know they're not used that much, but they're still important. And
I haven't heard that in so long.
yeah, I mean, poor guys, we have to remember them. So so make sure you're following the guidelines of Google. Make sure that you are not over optimizing, that you think of your user experience. Make sure that the website you're creating is fast to load, it's easy to navigate, there's no script that makes it difficult for your user to discover your pages, and for the bots to discover your pages and go from link to link. So as long as you're still with following the basic fundamental guidelines of Google, it's not gonna really hurt you if they make any changes or like refresh the index or something like that. It may hit you a little bit, but as long as you're still following the guidelines, you're gonna get back up on the rankings really fast. So and just remember, Google actually makes about 500 updates in for their index a year. 500 a year. It's big. It's a lot. So just follow the best practices, and you should be safe. Yeah.
Have you heard,
Robert?
Okay, I know Robert doesn't like a certain website called beginning with W, but there's another one beginning with W. How do you feel about that? Wix and Weebly.
Oh, Weebly.
Oh. They're on the same level.
Yeah, they're fighting for supremacy. Okay. So,
I mean, honestly, I don't have anything against them at all. I just, it's not optimal for, optimization. You might be able to do conversion optimization and all that other stuff, but it's just not. I don't know. It's. I like clean code, and it's not very clean.
But when you say Weebly, you mean building your website on Weebly completely, like instead of having your own server, you would build it on Weebly. I really I don't know why people are still doing that, but if you're serious about your business of building an online business and you're serious about the long term, better to have your own hosting, better to have your own website instead of building it on someone else's property that you don't own and you can lose in time.
And Robert has this. Robert's making fun of you, Mel. He's doing your dance.
She's saying it. What I'm thinking, so.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay.
No, but that's true. It's think about it this way. It's like Weebly, WordPress, .com.org, whatever it's called. Yeah, which one is free?
Wait,
the WordPress no, the one that you build on the site. It's .com maybe. Yeah. Anyways, so if you're building it on .com, yeah. Thank you, David. So if you're building it on Blogger or Weebly or WordPress.com or something or Tumblr or anything else that you don't really own, you're building your pages, your website on someone else's property. They own that property, so they have. Is there an echo? Is it just me?
It's you.
It's me. Okay, so
it's you.
Okay, so if you're building it on someone else's property, they can change their term of services.
I hear it.
They can change their term of services and they can shut down your website. So you're at risk. So the best way, and it doesn't cost a lot nowadays to have a hosting account. What's it, $100 a year for hosting, and a domain is $15 max. What else?
But you don't want. I was told you don't want to have your website where you have your hosting.
I said that.
So
I said it's me who said that to you. You don't want to buy your hosting from the same company where you buy your domain name, but you still own them. They're still yours. So it's still the right way to do that. And why do you don't buy them from the same place? Because if something happens to the hosting, you can just buy another hosting and point your domain to your new host instead of being like imagine if something happened and everything is in the same place, you lose your hosting, you lose the domain is not live anymore, and then you can, you know what I mean, you're going to be offline kind of for hours maybe. But if your domain is with another with the registrar with another company and you're hosting with another one, well, if something happens, you're in control. You can just, you know, switch to another you switch your DNS, you point your website to another hosting, and you're safe. And in the meantime, you can correct the problem you have with the other hosting. Yes.
Unless the company that holds your domain.
It's rare. Usually it's the hosting company who they have trouble. But the domain, the registrar usually is they don't have that kind of. That's why also you have to select the registrar carefully. So go with a company that they're already like well established and high eBoy, and buy your domain name with the company that you know it's a company that's really well known and well established, like for years and years. Not like a new. I'm sorry for startups, but not with some new company that you don't know, because there is a risk that if something happened to them, you're going to be really stuck, and it's going to be really hard. But also for the domains, make sure that the domain company, like the company you buy the domain from, they have good support and they are fast. Because here's the thing, there's companies that I use who are super fast. Like if you change, you know, when you have a domain, if you're not technical, and you want, like, you have a domain in one place and you have your hosting in another place, there is something called the DNS. Like imagine like it's an address, and then you point your domain to that specific address where you're hosting your website, and that's how you see your website with your domain. Now imagine if the company where you bought your domain name, it's not a fast company. What's going to happen when you're going to point the DNS? It may take them 24 hours, 72 hours to propagate the DNS online. So your website will be off for really long hours, and you don't want that. That's why your choice of domain registrar is super important. You want a registrar that is fast, so that when you change a DNS address, it's sometimes in the next minute your new website show up, not in 72 hours. They all tell you 72 hours, but some of them really will take 72 hours, and you don't want that. But some companies really are super fast, like few minutes or maximum few hours. Your DNS is propagated on the internet, and your new website is live, and you can see the site on your domain. I hope I give it a better explanation.
You did. I just had that experience this week too, because with my blog is written on WordPress, and I have it pointed to go on my website. But I was looking at some of other features on WordPress, and I have the free WordPress, by the way, and they were trying to get me to change my DNS to point my domain to them. But that's not what I want.
No, that's not what you want. You want really to have your WordPress blog hosted on your own server. Okay, so it's where you like right now, the way you set up your site, Pamela, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, you have your website with let's say, call it a static site where it's HTML, if I remember correctly, and then you have your blog, and your blog you're saying and repeating that it's WordPress. Now, what type of WordPress? Is it a WordPress that you installed inside your hosting server, or was it just you created it on WordPress.com and you're pointing?
Just created on WordPress.com and pointed it
to the domain. So it means it's in someone else's property right now, and maybe Robert can give you an advice about that, because I really don't encourage to do that type of.
Robert will tell me.
That's what I'm saying too. You already have your hosting. You have to install a WordPress on your host. And you do have a hosting. You have your website, the main domain. It's with GoDaddy, you said, if I'm wrong.
It's only domain. I didn't buy.
But you built your website with the builder, the website builder you have. It's on.
Yeah.
Yes, it's your hosting. You're hosting it with which company? Is it GoDaddy? Yeah. So GoDaddy? That's what you have. So now you need to install a WordPress blog on your hosting account where your website is actually residing right now. And
I need to look
yes,
at
and you just, you have to create, so your domain, let's say your domain.com, your WordPress blog should be in the subdirectory. So it should be domain.com/blog. So you will create like a directory in your hosting server files, and then that's where you install, that's the address where you're going to install your WordPress blog.
But then I'd be committing that sin that we said we're not gonna do. I would have hosting.
Oh no, no! Don't get confused. Don't get confused. That it's not what I'm saying. Oh my God, I have to really. I know it's technical. I don't want to get you confused or anything like that. No, it's not what I'm saying. It's actually the domain. The domain right now it's too late for you because you bought the domain and the hosting with GoDaddy. All right, so you can't really do anything unless next year you change the registrar to something else. But right now it's already done. You can't really change it. But when you are going to move your WordPress to your hosting, you're going to own your blog instead of having it on WordPress.com that you don't own. WordPress.com is a free platform to create a blog, so it's someone else's property. Imagine like you're building your house on someone else's property. It's their property. They can come and just say, okay, you built your house, but we need the the space, so you need to go to get out of here, or maybe we don't like your house and it doesn't look like the other houses, and you need to go away. So the best solution is to build your house on your own property. So your blog should reside on your own hosting account, which is it's your property. So it's where you have GoDaddy or whatever hosting company you're using right now. But as I said, it's installing WordPress on what we call a cPanel, using a cPanel. I don't want to get too technical. If you think I'm too technical, just let me know, and maybe Robert can clarify in other words that are less technical.
Not only that, I can do it for you because it only takes a couple minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Like we know how to do it. It's for us, it's easy. But if you want to do it yourself, you really need to know what a cPanel is and how to install WordPress on your cPanel. So if you know how to do it, that's good. If you don't know how to do it, learn how to do it. If you don't want to learn how to do it, hire or work with someone who knows, because you don't want to go and try it yourself and you can break something on your website in a way.
Emil.
Does anybody else have a question that they want to come in the seat and ask the question? I see we got a couple other persons with us.
Yes.
After the show you did with me, I practiced your last name.
No way, that's good.
I felt so bad because I wasn't looking at it when I actually was announcing you, and I was like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah, I know, it's okay. It was really interesting. I really loved it. I could have talked more, but you stopped asking me questions, so I had to. I said, okay, I couldn't come up with my own answers without questions. So
I got a lot of compliments on the show.
Really? Oh, that's good. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I mean, I try to explain it in like simplify it as much as I was able to. But conversion optimization is such an important things that we should all do, and we don't think about it. We always want to drive more traffic, and we don't take time to look at what we have, and look at all the pages we already built, look at the traffic we already have, and look at these pages and how can we improve the conversion, how we can improve signups or sales without going and building more traffic. Like this is
that should be part of your SEO.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's it. Did I answer your question, Pam? Because I lost you. Okay.
Yes, you did. I'm fine. Just wondering if anybody else out there had a question.
Thank you, David. You rock. You should join us. You should join us next time on this. You take the open seat and and just come and chat with us. So thanks, David.
Right. Anyone, any questions? We'll try and help you with your answers. Don't mind them.
With their answers?
With the questions. Oh, you know it's Friday night. It's the end of break.
Hi, Tom. If you have questions, just let us know. Type your question in the chat box. Dan, you're welcome to do the same thing. Now, if you want to, talk about something important for your website or your online business, how to grow your traffic using SEO or social media or anything like that, I mean, take advantage of it. We're here. We're sharing our strategies with you. We're here to help you out. We're having like a genuine conversation here, sharing our advice, tips. And if you want to come and join the conversation, talk about something that's important to you, and that you need some feedback, or join the seat. We have an open seat, so feel free.
Even using Blab, we noticed that there have been some Blab updates.
Oh yeah, that's
Persons
true.
may have questions about the Blab update. I could share what I learned within the past couple of days.
And me, I'm still working on that live streaming from YouTube and capturing the Blab thing. I really didn't figure it out yet. And I'm going to tell you a story, I'm going to tell you why it's important that I find the solution. So I was listening to, I talked about Fire Talk last week to you guys. It's a new platform. It's like Blab, but they have different things.
Yes.
And I was listening to a Fire Talk live show with a great digital marketing strategist. Her name is Jennifer, and she was doing an interview with someone else. So they were live on the Fire Talk, and they did the interview. I don't remember how long it lasted, like 30 minutes or something like that. So when they ended the interview, she realized that the Fire Talk didn't record the entire interview. So she lost the entire interview. And I was like, oh my God, you didn't have a backup? And she was like, no, we didn't record we just used, imagine us right now, we're recording on Blab. Imagine all this recording disappear and doesn't really record. And you're like, you lost 1 hour of great advice, great feedback, and it's just gone. And that's what happened to her. She was doing an interview, and it was a great interview. And when you're live, you can't really recreate the same thing if you redo the interview. I don't know how, you know what I mean? I don't know what happened to her. I have to catch up with Jennifer later and ask her. But it was like, oh my God, you need to have a way to record a live stream event in case the recording doesn't work on that whatever platform you're using. And by the way, I'm going to give a shout out to Blab, because I myself had the problem with Blab last week, a technical problem. What happened is, you remember last week recording, it was recorded, but it didn't show up on my Blab. So I was looking for it and it wasn't there. And when I went to the exact address, it didn't show up. The recording didn't show up there. It was like an empty room. And I was like, oh my God, we had great information last week. We shared really great information on last week Blab. And guys who are listening to us, and thank you for joining us. But if you can catch last week recording, there is a strategy that we shared, Robert, me, and Pam, really important one, and you should really listen to it. So I encourage you to do that. So I had a problem, and I thanks for David for giving me the Blab support ID on Twitter. Yeah, so I tweeted to Blab, and I told them, hey guys, I'm having trouble with my Blab, and I swear, it was like less than 5 minutes. They I don't know how they did, it was magic. They fixed it in less than 5 minutes. I was like, oh my God. They are, I was impressed. I was like, really impressed. And they found the recording. I don't know how they did that, but they found the recording. They put it back on the page and it was working. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. They were really great. So as I'm saying, just repeating myself here, I really think it's important to people who are doing live streaming events to have a backup. I mean, even you, Robert, I know you do the radio. I'm sure you have a kind of like a backup somehow. I'm sure about that. But for live streaming, I don't know how we can do that, but we should always have some of like one of us should always have like a backup recording of the live stream event.
Well, with me on Periscope, I have two options. One is it goes directly to my phone, which is also captured on iCloud. Secondly, I have catch.me.
How does it? How does this work? How does the catch.me thing work?
It's an automatic setting in your profile. You can change it. You can set it in your profile so that after every live stream, it's automatically uploaded.
But how do they know that you have you're recording a live event?
You set it up in your account.
Do you have to tweet to them? You have to tweet?
No, you can go there, www.catch.me. Like you go to www.blab.im.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Type it in your browser.
Okay.
Catch.me. And it will you would set up which live streams you wanted to catch. Now, the only thing about that is, I think once it's there, once the person knows your channel, your username, they can see your videos. So I could go there and look at Robert's videos or Pam's videos.
I thought you had to tweet to catch so that they catch your live event. It's not that.
No, it's set up in your profile.
But how do they know that you're live? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Technically, let's say you're on a live stream event, and how catch your recording of your event?
RSS feed.
An RSS. Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I imagine you need to tweet to them. You need to send that signal so that they can start catching your feed.
Oh yes, at the beginning of every every Periscope, there is a tweet goes out.
And all right, and what's the tweet says? Like, is there like something specific?
It would send your start time, what information about your scope. When the scope begins, I guess that's all technical. It's behind the scenes. You don't see it. You don't do anything with it. But it's an immediate notification that goes out once you hit that start button.
I thought that you had to tweet to them so they can catch it for you, whatever it's called.
No, you sign in with your Twitter account.
And you really, it does record. You had access to it and it works really well. Okay, so that's a good solution.
Every time I go on,
this is actually a good solution. I didn't know about it, and it makes it easy because you don't have to have another on your computer. You don't have to have another software recording at the same time as you're doing the live stream event. So it's cool. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's one way to use it. What do you think, Robert? Have you used it before? It works for me. Catch.me, and then I also upload.
I'm very selective on what I use because you can't try and use everything because then it just becomes overwhelming to you, you know.
Yeah, that's true. And there's so much social platforms like for videos, for micro blogging and whatever. And as a business or as an entrepreneur or as a business owner, and you to promote and market your website and your online business, you can get overwhelmed, you can lose focus, and you can actually, there's so much distraction that you're on what makes you money and just work on the things that don't matter. And that's why we need to have like a plan. Like for me, every time. And that's why I advise everybody, every time you want to use a platform, before you jump in that platform, start using it, ask yourself, okay, how am I going to use it? Why should I use it? Like, what's the plan? You should have at least an idea of the goal that you this platform will help you reach, or it doesn't, help out at all. So
yeah. David, you were talking about Panda being released soon. I know they released Penguin recently. If that might be what you were referring to. Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Penguin?
It's a link algorithm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, you get confused with the zoo, exactly.
Okay.
But you're right. They added it in there. It's like an automated thing that it's gonna happen automatically, it's good for us.
Yeah. You've got,
so I hope that works.
After animals and stuff. You got hummingbird, pigeon.
Pigeon, yeah. That one was nice.
You got caffeine if you want to go way back. You got
Panda.
Penguin and Panda. Yeah. And
yeah, I think I remember that from some class that I did way back when.
Oh yeah. So everybody, if you are just joining us, if you have questions about your website, if you are having challenges with your website, you're frustrated, hi Kyla, and please feel free to ask your question in the chat box or join us on the open seat and ask your question. If you want us to review your website and give you like a quick audit, give you our feedback and how we think you can make a few changes to help grow your traffic and conversion, then you feel free to do that. Just enter your question in the chat box, or as I said, join the open seat. So so I'm looking at the capture thing. Yes.
I'm not sure if you saw it, but I did promote you on the side over there.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. I saw that. Yeah. Oh yes, I was on the radio on Robert radio show last week or this week? This week actually. I don't even remember.
On Robert Talk Live. Robert Talk Live.
Yeah, and you were called. It was really interesting because I couldn't get the name because you were Robert. I don't know what happened to you last Tuesday, but you had all names wrong. Like the name of the show was wrong. The name of the sponsor was wrong. It was so funny.
I noticed that too after.
But it was a good show. I learned where to go and get my spring dress.
I said that to my
Robert, of all the illustrations you could have given, on that show, you chose to tell people where to go get a spring dress. You've got to hear
some of my analogies. They are just horrible. And I'm bad at giving analogies, but they're funny, they're entertaining.
But it was a good show. It was a really good show. I enjoyed it. I learned a lot. Besides that, it was fun. I was laughing the whole time.
We have Ian with us.
Ian and Forrest.
Hi, Ian. If you remember Ian from the Big Blab event a few weeks ago, it was a great event. I still don't know how to get the recordings. I have to search on Twitter, or I don't know, I have to figure it out. But it was a really great event for entrepreneurs to share, their experience, their tips, their advice, and they had Joel come, and it was really great event. So.
And Roy, don't forget Roy, who invited us to be a part of the show.
Yeah, so it was really, really amazing. We had a really great time. So thanks, Ian, for joining us. And yeah.
Oh, we have a site
to review. That's cool. Thanks, Kyla, for sharing. So heavily things you're planning. Okay, do you want to join the open seat and talk about your website? So we're going to start reviewing it from our end. We're going to give you some advice and from different perspective, from an SEO perspective, from a design perspective, and also from a marketing perspective. Okay? So it's.
Yeah, we're gonna give it to you.
Oh, can somebody retype the URL on the chat box so I can access the site?
That's weird. She's gone, but she's still talking.
Oh, I'm looking at the site. I'm trying to get the site. Okay.
Hello, you all.
Oh, yeah.
Sent you all my website.
So can you see me? I'm still here? Okay.
No, I can't see
you.
you,
Can't see you,
Mel.
but we hear you.
So y'all probably can pull her back in.
No. Stay right there, Kyla. Don't go. Oh, no. Refresh. Yeah, both of them. We just needed you to refresh, Mel, Kyla. Okay.
Okay.
We got you, Kyla.
Kyla,
just waiting for Mel to refresh and come back into seats, but we're looking at the site right now.
You're using is not mobile friendly,
Okay.
and it's taking up about 25% of what. I mean, it's got probably about 50% more space that you could be using, and
okay.
With maybe a responsive template. But what is the goal of the site? Just give me a brief overview.
Well, because I'm an event planner, my whole goal always is to make sure that people see work that I've done. So I have a gallery. I list all my services and also list sites that I'm the premier event planner at.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I would personally, this is just my opinion, but I would get a larger template.
Okay.
And on that homepage, show off more of your events and stuff that you've done, like your, stuff that you've done in the past.
Okay.
Because like that's a stock photo at the top up there, right?
No, that's actually my work. I don't use any stock photos at all.
Wow.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I tell everyone I always use my own work. I did my own opening at my home.
Was that from a wedding or something? Or?
I actually did. I dressed it up like it would be a wedding reception. I did, but I had 25 of my friends over. We had food. My backyard looked like
I see
lots
it now.
of lights and things. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I love taking something from nothing to something.
Gallery?
Yeah, I would definitely. It looks like I mean, the site looks constricted. I mean, it looks like you're cramming a bunch of stuff in it right now to make it fit. But I would definitely go with is this a WordPress?
It is. No, I did it through Vistaprint, so I don't know the platform exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, most
people
I did it through Vistaprint, but I did it myself.
Well, I can tell you real quick.
Great job. I mean,
it looks good. The are you in a local area that you're trying to promote?
I'm actually I guess it would be the Triangle of North Carolina.
Okay. So what you would need, you want to make sure you use local citations, which is, in your titles, like, if there's a certain city that you're targeting.
Okay.
Your page title, that is. And then also on the content of the page, you want to stress where you're at and where you're located, because that gives Google the signals of where you're located and who you service.
Okay, not a problem.
Yeah.
I would agree with the comment in this box by Ian. Add more from the gallery would be good.
Yeah, I have lots of pictures that I haven't had.
I mean, but it's beautiful work.
Yeah. But definitely, you know how like on your homepage, your title is Heavenly Things Home. It's great to brand it, but it's really important to put what your service is. If it's event planning, make sure you put maybe event planning, for example, Atlanta, Georgia, or whatever like that. So that way Google knows where you're at, and make sure you have on your contact us page, if you can, any kind of information as far as maybe a business address, or if you're doing it from home, I wouldn't do that obviously, but maybe something to give a map.
Okay.
A map on it. Or something just to give off that where you're located.
It's really nice work, though. I'm impressed. Thank you. Really.
But I do travel, so I love going to other places. I did an event in Vegas recently with a Veterans Association. So
See, like you've got on your location, About Us page, you have Raleigh, North Carolina. That's
Correct.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Anything you can give in your content, talking, if that's where you're servicing Raleigh, North Carolina, then that's where you really want to focus on. But you said you travel around, just around the area? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Robert, what about the video embedded on the first page? Do you think it takes away or?
I don't see video.
On the.
Yeah.
That's on the gallery.
Oh, that's the gallery.
It's a gallery. Okay. Sorry.
It does take up a lot of space, but it's because of the template she's using. She needs a wider.
I couldn't make it any smaller.
Yeah. And see how you've kind of, if you had a larger template, you can stack. See, right now you've got it stacked in vertical.
Right.
Just because of the space limitations.
Now, they do have a 3-column template page that I probably could use on that gallery.
Mm-hmm. But what it is, Google, one of the ranking signals that Google gives off is if your site is mobile friendly.
Okay.
Because the majority of people on the web now are on their mobile device. You want to be able to accommodate to those people.
Okay.
Mel,
another thing that is in the comment box by Ian, what would be great is a time lapse of a room setup leading to the cameo of an event in progress.
Good idea.
Yeah, in the gallery.
That's great idea.
That's good. Be good.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
from SEO, you have your description very, very long on the homepage. I don't know if Robert covered that or not.
Okay. About us.
Did you cover that, Robert?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so Kyla, your first thing you need to do, because you said it's a friend who built the website.
No, I built it.
Oh, you built the site. Okay, so is it you don't know is it you own your website?
I do. Yes.
Okay, so you have your own hosting. It's okay. That's good. That's important. So now in the description of your homepage, the description is very long. So you need to really shorten the description. Right now it's about 592 characters, and normally you should really reduce it to about 160. So so you need to make sure that when you write the description of each page should have a different description. So it's a unique description. All right, and make it sure it's a short description, about 160, and make sure that when you write content there, talk to the person who's going to read it on the search results. So that's how you can increase traffic, because they're going to read the description if you're talking to them and you put something interesting and you use action verb like discover, learn, and things like that. They will click. And the more people click on your result on the search results, the better your ranking will be in the future, because there is a higher conversion. And make sure when you write a description for a page, make sure that when they land on that page, you give them what you promised them in the description. So you know what I mean? It's very important, because Google looks at the relevancy. So if your page is relevant to whatever people were searching for, then Google will reward you by putting you in the top, page ranking.
And without paying for them to do that.
Without paying anything, because your page is relevant to, let's say, the problem or the issue that the person had when they were searching. So if I am looking to, I want to have a wedding and I'm looking for an event planner, what type of problems I have? You have to figure out all the problem that someone can have when they are looking for someone to take care of their event planning and things like that, and create pages that answer these problems, these issues.
So having a frequently or F&Q would not be a better solution?
You can Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you, Carla. You can have an FAQ, but it's better to have one page for each question. So you answer, you take one page, you take the question, you put the question in the headline and in the title, and you talk about the answer in your text. And that's how you're going to answer. And this is good because Google, they had like a new algorithm 1 year ago or something. It's called Hummingbird. And this Hummingbird algorithm, it's about questions and answers. So imagine someone who goes to the search engine Google and he asks, how do I plan my wedding? And then your page has to show up. And then if I click and come, you have to tell me how to plan my wedding. So if your page is relevant, your page will show up. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
Just make sure you keep.
Thank you.
I wanted to add to that. Emil, when she said description on the homepage, she's talking meta description. She's not talking about actual text on the page. That's
that one more time.
Yeah.
Okay, it's called a meta description.
Meta description, okay.
Yeah, and that's on the back end of the site. It's not something you see on the front, but that's what she was referring to when she said description, not the actual text that's on your page. There's nothing wrong.
Okay, I gotcha.
It's the description in the script, not in the page itself. It makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, if you built the site yourself, I'm sure you have a back end where you build your pages and where you see the HTML. So you can see the HTML script. Okay, there is a place where it's called description. All right, meta tag description. That's where you go and you write a description. Okay. And yeah, so it's really important. A lot of people don't think about it, but that's how you increase traffic to your site, because you have a great, interesting, descriptions and titles, okay, for your pages too. So that's one thing that I wanted to. And also on your home page, you don't have a call to action. It's not clear. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to call you? Do you want them to book, I don't know, something there? Do you want them to ask for a code? Like, what is it? What do you want them to do? So here's my tip to you. And remember this, because it's really important. Not a lot of people do that. Normally, each page should have a goal.
Okay.
Or each page, you should think of, okay, what do I want them to do on this page? Do I want them to call me? So I'm going to put my number really obvious, like they can't miss it. They understand when they read my text, they know what I want to do, what I want them to do. If you want them to fill a form, tell them, contact us by filling this form and have the form on that page. Okay?
Okay.
So remember that each page should have a clear goal, and you need to have what we call a call to action, because here's the thing, the sad reality of it, people are distracted. They don't have time. So if you don't tell them what to do, they're not going to do it.
They won't do it.
They're going to leave your page, and it's going to hurt you if a lot of people leave the page really fast. Okay? So you want them to stick.
Angel, to answer your question, she's not on WordPress.
Okay.
Sorry. Or not question, it was a statement. Sorry.
And Angel, follow all of us. And if you have further questions, we're here every Friday night.
Great. Thank you, Kyla.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for. Yes, thank you very much.
We'll be back.
All right. And anyone else, if you have a question, feel free to hop in the seat or post the question in the comment box on the side, /Q, and then your question. And we'll do our best to try and answer it. Guys, you realize it's been an hour already?
Yeah. Now, Emil, when you were saying about the Q&A, having a Q&A on different pages, I think you need to make sure there's enough content there. It can't be like one sentence.
Of course, yes. You have, I should have added that, but I hope she's still here. But okay, guys, everybody, make sure when you write content on a page, it should be at least 400 words and not like just a sentence or two, because it's not enough. The search engines, they need content, they need text, they need text to make sense of the page. What's the page is about? If they don't have enough text, well, they're not gonna get it. All right, so they will not know for which sentence sentence or key phrase you want to rank for. So make sure, like, if you have a Q&A, have one page for each question, and then give the best answer possible on that page, because this page actually can show up on the first, how do they call it on the Google, the graph, the infograph. It's the first square on the top of the search results. Yes, and if someone asks a question, usually Google will go crawl, find an answer to that question, and they show that answer right away on Google without you moving and clicking on anything. So if you want to show up there, make sure you really answer the question and put a lot of content on your page, not just 200 words, but try to aim for minimum at least 450 words. That will be better.
And if you're technically savvy, mark it up in schema.
Of course, yes, but we don't want to go too technical in here. Do we have another questions?
Well, just a comment. I'm seeing here from Best to Kiss, and it's worth noting.
Oh, is it? Okay. Anything? I want to check the comments as I looked. Oh, okay. So someone looked at your comments. Janet looked at your comments, and for like Kyla blog, and she found some comments that looked spammy. So okay, here's the thing that's going on online. Some people, they find blogs who have what we call a do follow tags, which means like if they publish their URL on your comment box, Google will give them whatever we call positive points or whatever it's called. I'm trying to find a nice way to say that. So they're gonna use your blog in a way that they will try to figure out to put something nice to say to you that's gonna make you smile, and you say, oh wow, that's cool, I'm gonna put this comment on my blog. But it's a sneaky way for them to just add their URL. So please make sure to check if you're using any commenting platform like WordPress, make sure you look at your comments and read and figure out if these people are really genuine people who are really complimenting you for the content, and they are real people, or they are just there to try to get a backlink, a link that point back to their website. So check them. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Robert.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
All right, so yeah, so just make sure, and if it's the case, then just don't allow them and don't approve them.
So hold on.
Yes.
I got a question.
All right, go ahead.
So my blog is not doing too well, and Robert's blog is doing fabulous. He's got 1 million followers. I can go and comment on Robert's blog, and some of his followers link to me.
Not like that. No, they don't link to you. It's Robert blog that links back to you. So here's the thing. Here's how you look at it. It's about authority. Okay. I'm going to simplify it so that it makes sense. I'm not going to use Robert or yours, or I'm going to use your side, but not Robert, but I'm going to say this. Let's say Facebook, Google knows Facebook. You know, everybody knows Facebook, and Google knows Facebook. Google doesn't know Pamela website. So if you go to Facebook and then you write something about your site, and it's not too salesy, and then you put a link on the post and you're pointing back to your own page on your own site, well, Google know Facebook, they don't know you, but they crawl Facebook really often, post or whatever, LinkedIn or whatever social platform, or YouTube or something like that. So they will find that URL. So they're going to follow the URL, the crawler, the bots, Google, Bing, Yahoo, anybody, any bots, and they're going to go back to your site, and then they discover your website. Okay, so it's about authority. They know them, they don't know you. So if, let's say, Robert his website is older than yours, has a higher authority than yours, and it's in the same niche than you, that's going to help you better. That's going to help you more than if you just go to a website that has nothing to do with your own site and get a backlink from it. Okay, it's not really going to help. It's not the right way to do it. The right way to do it is to find other websites in your niche who have authority and genuinely read their text, genuinely comment on their posts. Not do it in a way that you're trying to get a backlink. No, do it really genuinely in a way that you really like what they're saying, and then, you know, add to the content that they are offering, and then you can, yeah, and you can share your
okay. I'm just reading the comments, sorry.
Yes. Okay, so there's a comment from me.
And for all of us.
Okay, so it's I'm trying to get your first name. I'm sorry. It's Janet, and she's telling me now you don't even have to put the link in the comment. Many link merely by the name you use in the comment section. You are completely right. So what happens sometimes, you have just you know, when you enter your name, and then you can have you can add a URL. So what happens? Your name becomes a link to your website. Okay. So you can do that. But obviously, hi Janet. So obviously, the idea is to put the URL itself on the comment. But as I said, please use it ethically. Be genuinely interested in the other person blog comments and information, and comment for real. Like say something that has value and add to the conversation. And if you have another post on your blog that you think the other audience, let's say Robert audience will benefit from my blog, I can actually put it there. Now Robert is he's gonna moderate my blog comment. He can decide to publish my comment, or he can decide not to publish it. It's up to him. Okay.
Never.
and the thing is, a lot of websites they use WordPress. You can actually add a tag that talks to the search engines to tell the search engine not to follow the URL in the comment box. And when you use this tag, and we call it a no follow tag, what happens when the crawler find these tag? Well, they're not going to give you the positive points that I was talking about, the SEO link juice that we all try to get. Okay. I hope it makes sense, and it's not
the same issue. So Angel joined me in commenting on persons in our niche blog. So we just have to find persons in our niche and comment on their blog. And that should help us out.
Okay, so Angel, that's a good really question, because I don't know your website. Okay, and I don't know the topic of your website, but normally you should focus on one niche at a time. So I know it seems like crazy, but so I don't know your website. If you are willing to share, feel free to do so. Or if you want to jump in on the seat and talk more about it, you are welcome to do so. But normally your website should focus on the topic of your topic. All right. So let's say if you love astronomy. If you love astronomy and you're like crazy about astronomy, your website and blog should be about astronomy, and you can't really talk about something that's not related in like directly related to it. So because even for the search engines, it's going to kind of confuse them, because they need to make sense of your theme and topic, so they can, when they index you in their index, and they're going to add you in their index, they can actually kind of know where to put you, and they understand the theme of your site, the topic of your site, and the keywords and all this stuff. So
would you advise someone to have two sites if they have two different interests?
Yeah, I mean, there is, as I said, if it's really super different topics, it's better to separate them and have one website for each topic. Okay, let's look at Angel. It's like news, social issues, stories, Latino topics, and humor. Okay, if it's like
it's here. He's posted it.
What is it?
The link is just above.
NYC.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I didn't see the URL. Oops. Okay. If I click, I open a new thing. Okay. So let us look at your site, and we can help you. But as I said, if you have a news website, you have categories usually, and actually each category is focusing on one topic. All right. So if the business category, you're going to talk only about business. If it's something else, it's a lifestyle, or if it's a home decor or whatever, well, it's going to talk about that. So it's really about staying focused on your topic, so that all that's how the keyword we're gonna help you rank, because you have a lot of pages that cover the entire topic of your niche. So you're gonna rank for different keywords on that niche. Okay, let us look at looking at the site. Okay. Okay, it's about New York City, I imagine.
One thing I'd do is John Mueller had mentioned that if you have your pop up too soon when your site is loading, it'll index that pop-up and not your site. So you might want to.
Yeah, give it few seconds. Yeah, he's right. Actually, it seems like the theme it's about New York City, and it's a news magazine site, and as I can see, you're focusing on lifestyle, health, entertainment. So really here, make sure that the content that you're focusing on in each category, it's really related to that category, and not just don't try to dilute the theme. Okay, so if you see that you have topics that you can create an entire website just for that topic, like health, you can cover a lot of things on health, then it's a good idea to start a website only about health and focus only about on health itself, because and the same thing here for entertainment. Okay, lifestyle and entertainment, they kind of go together, but for the way I see it, like the health category, you can create an entire website just about health, and have like you can branch out in the health itself, in the health niche itself. You can actually cover subcategories of that topic itself. And maybe Robert can add to it. I'm going to start reading the comment on the right.
You pretty much covered it. I mean, there's. I would be careful on the size of your post titles. You want to keep that down to under 60 characters, if possible, because that's what's going to be indexed as your title of the page, and then try to cover the topic of that in your title of your post, so you can rank for that interest. You know what I'm saying?
Robert, I have a question. I see a lot of white spaces, and I remember that was a thing you and I discussed when we were looking at my site. Would you recommend that he fill up some of that space on a couple of the pages?
Well, white spaces depends on how you utilize it. It's not that it's bad. It's like he might have some images I see here that are too small for the post, but yeah, and I do see what you're talking about. Like on health, there's a lot of space there, and he's got a really
from health go straight back. From health, entertainment, Latino, all of those pages have the same issue.
Yeah, is this a fairly new? Oh, okay. All he needs to do is see. He's got. If you go to those different categories, you just need to make that feed longer. So instead of showing just 3 articles on that page, have it show
more.
Yeah. To fill the page.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll take it up.
Yeah. Another thing I would recommend too is on your category pages is to no index follow those, because Google's not going to rank this page regardless of what you do, but it will rank those article or your posts. So if Google follows those indexes, I mean, it'll still follow the page and index all the links that are on it, but it optimizes the crawl when it comes to your site.
From a marketing perspective, the site doesn't. The goal of the site is not clear enough for me. I mean, what do you want them to do? Like, what is the goal? Is like, do you want to just have them sign up to a newsletter? Do you want to build like a list? Do you want to sell advertising? Do you want it? What is it exactly? Because I'm going from okay, I see that you have to subscribe to New York talking thing, but over like it's kind of not that clear, I would say.
Yeah. And that seemed to be on every page. Is that advisable?
So try to have the call to action. Now, I don't know what's the call to action. As I said, it doesn't seem clear how you want to, I said that you have to subscribe to New York City talking on the right side, but usually, like when someone is on the post itself, all right? So imagine this, they are reading your post, so they are reading the text. You need to find a way to have something inside the text itself, the call to action in the text, at the bottom of it, or maybe in the middle, or maybe just repeat it twice, have it in the middle and then at the end, because some people will scroll down, some will not. So yeah, so if you want them to like you on Facebook, to like the page, to leave a comment, yeah, like really, like say, like do that, make it clear. I know that you have shared this and you have the comments, but instead of just having comments, have a sentence and say, leave us a comment, or like, you know, have it clear for them that you want to listen to them, and have that inside the text itself, which means that at the end of the post, you can add a sentence and say, if you like, you know, if you experienced the same thing, I invite you to leave a comment so we can keep the conversation going, or something like that. So just think about what is the goal of the page. First, usually a website should have, a website has like one main goal, and then each page has one specific goal. All right, so determine that. Take a piece of paper, take a pen, and write it down. What's the goal of my website overall? And then, okay, when I'm writing a content, okay, before you start writing the content of that page, why do I write this content? What is the goal of that content I'm gonna write, the post? And then you go from there. I hope I answered you and we were able to help you as much as we are able to. Okay, do we have other questions? Okay, Ian is trying to like the comments. Ian, if you want to join us and have a, you know, there's an open seat, and we can go through your comments. Okay, what do you guys think about pop-ups? Here's the thing. I read a lot about pop-ups. Sometimes they're annoying, but they work. So so a lot of people still use them. I still use them, and it actually, if you want to build a list to to add a pop-up, it does. So it seems that it has more advantages than disadvantages. So so that's why it's always better to keep them.
But I would have to say it's got to be used right. You know, if you're popping up on every page, that's a nuisance. And then you know, it needs to be timed, or maybe if you want to filter out the people that are really interested in your site, do it after they go to the second page or something like that. Then you get a better list that way.
Yeah, I think it is annoying to a lot of people, and I think you're right. If you delay it for long enough to say you've stayed long enough to like this much, and make it not obtrusive, because once it's obtrusive, people get annoyed with the whole site and they won't come back again. So the one-off approach is the way to go, I think. But yeah, I usually avoid sites that push pop-up. It's too pushy to me most of the time. But I'm seeing it more and more, and it works, as you say.
Yeah, and also, you know, it works when the pop-up offer is related to the website, because sometimes it's not, and you're just gonna dismiss the pop-up. But if you think about it, like what my audience, my users who are on my website will be interested the most about, and then you can create that offer, and then you can use that pop-up in a smart way, and you will increase your conversion for the sign-ups.
Right.
Yeah, it's got to be related, or else, yeah, like even just a list sign-up, I find not related enough. It almost needs to be start a conversation about this, whatever that topic was.
Yeah, exactly. I think you had another question in the comment.
I think I was adding comments to what you guys were saying to AngelR.me with his Daily Mail style site. It was extremely broad, and it's much easier to attract one person on one topic than finding someone who shares all 5 topics of interest with you.
Exactly. Yeah. I was getting lost because there was so many interesting topics. I didn't know where to focus, you know, and I wanted to read a lot of them, but, you know, I just couldn't get settled on one.
Yeah, that's why you have to do a research. You have to research your audience and really kind of ethically spy on what they are interested about and what what their interests are, and create a website that offer an answer to that, to what they are looking for. Yeah. But if you're trying to be everything for everybody, it's not really gonna work. It's my opinion, but you can. But what you can do, you can use it as a test. You can actually keep, working on it, and then when you see that there is one topic that brings more traffic to the site, that people are more engaging with that specific category. Let's, for example, let's say health, or maybe like the Latino section or another section. Then take that section and create an entire new website that focus only on that specific topic.
I found it very interesting. I found it very interesting, and he has a lot of relevant topics that I would want to, know more about. Definitely.
Yeah, Ian, one thing I would recommend too is putting related posts at the bottom of your stories. If you're on a certain topic, if you have something that's relative to that story, and maybe they could, because that's going to get Google to keep hitting those pages, and you're going to have more people reading older blog posts and stuff that are relevant to that topic.
So my question to you, Angel, because you just said that you had that structure and then you changed it. My question: why did you change it? Like, did you look at your analytics and your revenue, and then you said, oh, it's not working out, so let's change it, or is it just I don't know? I also united all my FB pages. Yeah. So that's my question to you.
Yeah.
It was a pain managing many sites. Okay, I understand. The thing is, before you take that kind of decision, you need to look at your analytics. You need to look at each website analytics. Look at which one is driving traffic, is converting well, and then just focus on that website instead of trying to managing all of them at the same time. Manage the one that have high traffic from the search engines and from social, from your Facebook pages, and that convert really well and people are engaging with it, and just focus on these few sites instead of trying to focus on all of them.
And that comes down to his overall goal about how is he looking to monetize it, and maybe he didn't have a plot around that, and maybe it's just a place to hang out, and that's probably the driving force that will make up his next decision.
Yes, I completely second that. It's all about your goal, and the one I kept had the most traffic. Okay.
I have a question. This is somewhat related to Blab and not the question. Where's the reply button gone?
Yeah, it's gone just today.
Yeah.
I'm looking to reply to some of these comments and I can't find it, and I'm going crazy right here.
So now they've just introduced this new thing. If you start writing the person's name, like @Angel, it will auto-populate and you can mention them. So as they've introduced that, they've removed the reply button just in the last few hours.
If you do what?
Just in the chat box, where it says send a message, just type a little @ sign and it will show you everybody in the room.
Are you kidding? Oh, wow.
Angel, another thing I noticed too is you got a lot of links going off your site. You want to make sure you follow those. Okay. And also make sure that they pop up in a new window if someone clicks on them. So you don't want people leaving your site.
Oh. Yeah, that's cool.
But we want the reply back, I agree.
Oh, wow.
And Pamela pointed out a good thing. I mean, you want to make sure that try and fill up the page on the different categories. So, expand your categories out a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing on my site.
Yeah. Going in blocks of 3 is too slow to see too little.
Yeah, I think
he has so many videos. It probably is slowing down his site as well.
I was going to get that next. Yeah.
What?
I was going to mention that next.
Oh yeah, mind you, it's good to have the videos, but I think the amount of videos he has is just one too many.
But what you would do
enough shows. When are you going to become an SEO? I said, you've been in enough shows. When are you going to become an SEO?
Yeah.
You can write my certification certificate now.
Okay, the thing that from a marketing perspective, your as seen on HuffPost and all the Fox 5 and whatever, I think it's better to have them like in a horizontal way than a vertical way, because it doesn't give you like, I don't know, it's kind of too crowded. Like there's too much thing going on, and you're trying to focus on something, but other things on the right and the left, and it's distracting a lot. Look, you have like 3 column instead of 2. So if I know like it's a featured on, but just the featured on, if you can have a banner at the top and then you say featured on and you put that vertical banner in a horizontal banner, maybe on top of the NewYorkTalking.com, the red banner, that I think it will be better. It will save some space, and you will be able to work with that space in a smarter way than how it is right now.
Scrollable banner just below the heading, as seen on. They can go to the right to see the others or left to see the others, but just show the top 4 or 5 in the first glance. Packing them all in is wasting your space.
Yeah, there's too much things going on the homepage, and it's really distracting, and you don't know what to do. That's like a user, from a user perspective. There's too many choices, and I don't really know where to click. And so if you can just move things around, as I said, if you can move the as seen on, the featured on, like vertical, put it in a horizontal banner, that would be better.
Or if you want to monetize, you could put a couple ads over there.
Yep, I just mentioned Google AdWords to him.
Exactly. Yeah. So AdSense, you mean AdSense, not AdWords. Yeah. So by moving, I think by removing the featured on vertical thing there, column, you will save more space for the user to see the ads. So if you will add ads on the right side, like, you know, where you have your under the, where you have your video or images there, if you can add ads there will be actually a nice place to add them.
I'm multitasking. I'm getting my last minute Black Friday shopping.
Are you kidding me? Well, I need a tripod.
I'm optimizing Amazon.
Yeah, see, Angel, you're saying that you already have ads in there, but it's too crowded. We don't even see them. That's what I'm saying. You need to really clean up your homepage. So instead of having three column, you should have only 2. And the one that has the featured on Fox 5 and stuff like that, instead of being vertical, have it horizontal in the top, on top of the red banner of your website. So that way you're going to save space, and you will have only 2 columns. And at that moment, the ads, they will become more visible than right now, because right now we don't see them. We don't know where to click. We're missing them.
Catch you later on.
All right, good. Thanks, Ian. Thanks, Ian, for being here.
See his Facebook page. The link to his Facebook page, it's way down below the ads. So, you know, I think it could get some more visibility based on placement.
Is this your website, Real TLN? Okay. Do we have some time to cover another website, Robert?
Yeah, let me flip back here.
Our pleasure, Angel. I hope you found the feedbacks from us helpful. If you did, please, don't forget to share on Twitter and Facebook with your friends so that we can help more people, because we're so geeky with this stuff. We like helping people and auditing and reviewing website, giving advice and tips. So please feel free to share on Twitter and on Facebook, and come back next week with, if you have any other problems with your website, please feel free to come back. So let's review the last website, and then we can.
The Lounge Network?
Oh, we lost it. I lost it. Hold on.
Yeah, it's the
Lounge Network, yes. Did you open the, Robert?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Okay, I'm having some troubles here. Hold on. Okay.
Thank you, Angel.
Using WordPress.
Welcome. Okay.
Chose a good theme. It's nice and clean. So you get down to the bottom. That's a little busy. Now, one thing I would say, be careful on is there is on your ads. You're probably right at your limit on ads. There's an algorithm. Yeah, it's a little bit much there. He's got quite a few. I wouldn't put any more than what you have. I mean, you're probably fine, but just.
Okay. Ian, you're welcome to come back to see us when your website is ready, so we can give you some tips and advice and share our feedback with you. Okay. Okay, Real TLN, I don't know your first name, so if you don't mind writing it in the text box, it would be easy to call you with your name here. And for me, when I opened your website, it was really slow. It's still actually uploading stuff, downloading, whatever. It's still displaying stuff on my computer, and so you have a lot of videos, a lot of. It seems like you have a lot of videos. So make sure that. I don't know if you are using YouTube or if you're using something else, but make sure that the service you're using is fast. So when you're embedding the videos on your website, they're going to show up really fast. Okay. So I see Amazon. I see 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2.
You know, another thing you can do, instead of putting videos in make that an image that looks like a playable video. And that way your video is not loading when your page loads.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It'll basically go into a light box or something like that. And that'll settle your load time.
Yeah, Angela, when you make the changes, come back and see us. We're here every Friday at 7 p.m. and share this with your friends so we can help them. Yeah, I agree with Robert. You need to find a way to maybe have just an image, like what they called it, a thumbnail, and then when they click, they go to the page where the video is, and they can watch the video, because it's really making it super slow, and you don't want that for SEO. Google wants the user experience to be the best, so they want you to make sure that your site is really fast. Okay. All the the thumbnails are images, but your video, there is actually some videos. It seems like they're trying to load videos on your homepage.
You also just put the link to the thumbnail, so when they click on it, it takes them to that site.
Yeah, or you could pop it up in a modal or something.
That's what I did on my site. In some cases,
actually, the slider is video. Excuse me, Pam. I'm just gonna ask.
Video.
I just did a speed test on his site. He's sitting at 60-second load time.
Good or bad?
That's horrible. Yeah.
No, that's not good. Usually it's what 5 seconds. Yeah. So as I said, I'm telling you, your site is a little bit slow because the slider you have you have videos on that slider. You know, on the homepage, Real TLN, when the page starts, there's a slider, and there are a lot of videos there. It's not images, because I can click and watch the video right away. So
he's got a lot of plugins too.
Yeah.
So make sure you don't have too many plugins. So if there are plugins that you're not using anymore, just please delete them. Don't like deactivate them and then delete them from your WordPress. It's a WordPress site.
Yeah, I didn't go that far along. Yeah,
okay, it's a website. Okay, and okay. So are you trying to build an email list somehow? Real TLN? Okay.
On the first page, it appears so.
Yes, people can subscribe. So my question is, what is the goal of this website? What do you want? What is the main goal of your site? How are you thinking of monetizing it? You're monetizing it with Google AdSense ads? So far, okay, cool. Right. As I said, my only concern is the speed of your website right now. And all right, I see it's really slow. I can't even okay, I see I went to one of your pages, one of the section on the menu, and you only have one paragraph, and you have the title on one paragraph. You want to avoid that. So content is based on interviews with unsigned artists and filmmakers. Okay, so these interviews, if you're doing them by video or by audio, make sure you have a transcribe. You have to transcribe the videos and audio. All right, video only. So make sure you transcribe the videos and use the text in your sections there. Okay, because as I said, I found a section with just one paragraph. Google needs text to rank your site, your pages. So the more text you have, the more content you have, the more impressions you will have on the search results, and the more impression you will have, the more revenue you can make with AdSense, because you will have more traffic. Transcribe the entire interview. Well, it's up to you. I don't know how long your interviews are, but if you can, some are nearly 2 hours long. Yeah, okay, so you could at least transcribe enough to have at least 450 words. Make sense?
Another thing that would probably be important too is your title and your description. If there's a celebrity in there, you want to use their name in the title or something that's going to bring in the traffic, organically. Somebody searching for, Elvis Presley or whatever the title, whatever the story's about.
All right. One observation, and I'm saying this because of my experience. The ads, again, are so many. Does it look spammy to anyone else?
On the homepage? Where?
On all the pages.
Okay.
He has an ad section on the sidebar.
Yeah, that's what I told him. He does have a lot of ads, and he's borderline too many. But
normally it's 3. Normally it's maximum 3 on the page.
Yeah, he's got 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a no. So Real TLN, the Google AdSense term of services, it's really maximum 3.
Okay, and it's on every page. It's not just one page.
Okay, if it's not all of them from Google, that's okay. But you know what you need to do? You need to put these ads between text, between something else, not put them one after the other. All right. So let's say you put an ad, and then you have for example, on the right side, I don't know, if you have a video or something else that you can show, you have the lounge network, there's a small video on the right side at the bottom. Let's say you can have that, and then between this video you can have an ad before and an ad after. But having an ad one after the other, it's not going to help, because people will start ignoring that part, and they're not going to click. Okay. All right. And yeah, all right, that's good. Fast spraying global e-commerce software.
Oh, okay. Not not all are from Google.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
But still, the aesthetically, how does it look? Does it look?
I don't think it looks bad. It's just
yeah, it's just the placement. Bad. The placement is you can improve it.
Yeah.
Now, if you're building you want them to subscribe to the launch via email thing, it doesn't really entice anybody to subscribe. I'm sorry to say that, but you need to make it more like better looking and okay. Okay, so it's like you have just an email address and the subscribe. Make it look nice. Have like design a nice opt-in form for people to subscribe to the lounge via email. And you know what? People just think, people are, they only think of themselves. So what's in it for them? Why should they sign up? Okay, I want to sign up to get the latest news. Why? Like, give me something else. Like maybe you can give me exclusive interviews with some, I don't know, upcoming artists.
You know
what I mean?
Put a funnel on.
Yeah, he can do a lot of things, and I don't know if, but you don't know if he's selling something or if you have a product of your own or something like that. But if you're not. He
has great videos. He has great videos there.
Do you?
He could use that as a point to drive people in.
Yeah. Do you have interviews, like weekly interviews, monthly interviews with these upcoming artists kind of? It's an instrument site. Yeah. So do you have monthly or weekly interviews? Well, you were talking about the video interviews you have on your site. All right. So as I said, just remember this. Make it really interesting for people to subscribe. Okay, so each artist is unique, and we also have a music video show that presents the artist. So that's great. So say that in the subscribe to the lounge via email. Make it clear, like, why should I just subscribe? Like, okay, to get the latest news.
If you come into the lounge, you can get this particular video or get to see this up and coming artist that will draw them in. I would want to see let me see, a young Michael Jackson or somebody coming up. I'm just saying, but you got some new talent out there. Put a little spin on it so that they would want to come and see it.
Okay, so rework that, and if you are using WordPress, well, use pop-up. Get a plugin and add that, and also you need to have more text in your website, not just videos or audios. You need some text, because the text is needed for the search engines to find, to crawl the text and make sense of your website, and then rank you if someone is on Google, search for something that you may have already on your website. Okay, so don't forget that. And because right now I don't see really a lot of text. I see a lot of videos. Do you want to add anything else?
And you can hire content writers for $5 on Fiverr.
Oh God, no.
No, please, no, not for writing content, please, no, not for writing content. Please, forget about like hire people from Canada, US,
you can find
who write good content. So
you have to test it.
Test these people depending on your budget, but it's important to have text. That's what I'm trying to say, because right now you don't.
Okay, Robert, I've used Fiverr and I wasn't disappointed.
Yeah, but they might have copied it from another site. What I'm saying is use Copyscape to check and make sure that's not just somebody copied and pasted it into a document and sent it back to you and said, "Here's your thanks for the $5. Thanks for the $5."
Okay.
Because that happens all the
time. People can sign up and log in. So do you have a membership site somehow? Or is it a WordPress? They're just signing up to your WordPress.
Yeah, sign up and log in.
Yeah, so I don't know if you have like a membership site, but maybe you should actually monetize your membership and remove the social media feature. Okay. All right. So I don't know why the login are there, but I see a sign up and login. But it's a good website that can actually become a membership site where people can actually like have a membership, and you send them content, and they can discover these artists before everybody else. And yeah, so looks good. As I said, overall you are missing content, so think about what type of content you can create. So maybe you can create a blog section on your website, and maybe share information to teach these artists how to become famous, or how to become good artists, or how to become known in the industry or whatever.
Or write the artist story.
Yes, thank you very much. This is an easy way. You can just that's a good thing for the video interviews. When I asked you to write content for these interviews, just write a short bio of that artist. Actually, you don't have to write it. Just ask the artist to send you his story, his bio, and ask for at least 400 words. So you don't have to write. Just ask them. They do the work for you. Yeah, just tell them, please write me your bio, and make sure it's not less than 450, and it's grammar error free, and you know what I mean, all this thing. And then you can put that. You'll have the video, and underneath the video you can have that text there, and it's going to help you rank better for different keywords. And you need to do some keyword research on your niche, related to artists and all related to your topic, and use that in maybe a blog section where you can start writing content, and you can actually have, as I said, artists writing for you. I hope we helped you as much as we were able to. So just make sure your website is fast, because right now it's really slow and it's difficult to navigate. So user experience is a must, is very important for Google, for the search engine, and even for users. And second thing, add more content, more text on your website. So I think we can wrap up.
Robert, are you still Black Friday shopping? Robert.
I'm sorry.
Are you still Black Friday shopping?
Yeah, what's up?
I knew you were. You just looked too intent. All right, you got a couple more hours. Have you found my tripod for $1?
Your what for $1?
My iPhone 6 tripod for $1.
Sorry, if we don't have, okay, you're welcome, Real TLN. I hope we helped you as much as we were able to. And thank you, everybody, for being here today, for asking questions, for sharing your feedback, like Jeanette. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your input. And I hope we can see you next week. We're here back on Friday at 7 p.m. Please, if you liked the fact that we helped you, and you know people who need help with their website, feel free to share this blab with them. Also, please follow us on Blab, follow us on Twitter, and reach out to us if you need any help. You just click on the small, a small colored thing on the Blab, and follow us on Twitter, and hopefully we can see you next week. And thank you very much. All right, so I think we can stop.
If it was Periscope, I would say the Perry man, but on Blab, I guess it's the Blab fellow.
All right, guys, thank you very much, and hope to see you next week, and invite your friend and share this Blab with everybody so we can help more people. Thank you, and have a nice weekend. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.